And we're back for a second season. The pacing was consistent and kept the flow moving, allowing for Scott and KO to participate in a rescue mission following the attack on Thunderbird 2 from the mechanic, who seemed to be under the impression that Virgil was after the ore and not the research team that were down in the cutting. The mechanic is a mystery at this stage, as all we seem to know about him is that he's a master engineer with a lot of capital at his disposal, and he seems to know brains for some reason. Make of that what you will. I like the nods to the original Thunderbirds episode, Terror in New York City, with Virgil crash landing Thunderbird 2 on Tracy Island. That's attention to detail. Virgil's loyalty to Thunderbird 2 reminded me of Michael Knight and Kit from Knight Rider, where Michael would never abandon Kit. Virgil was determined to bring Thunderbird 2 back to the island, as ditching it in the ocean was not an option. And further note, one of my followers on Twitter pointed out to me that the design of the Earthbreaker borrowed elements from Sidewinder from the original Thunderbirds episode Pit of Peril, where the mole and the recovery vehicles were first used. So thanks for that, Carolyn. That's helpful. Not a single bad performance amongst any of them. All the returning cast members came back and slipped back into their routine like Season 1 had wrapped up yesterday. That's all I got to say on that one. Notice the use of models with the way Thunderbird 2 crash-landed back on Tracy Island with a less than shiny look. But it does show that not everything has to be lost to CG and that there is a place for models. Earthbreaker has set the tone for the direction that this season will go in, with higher stakes. With the unprovoked attack on Thunderbird 2 by targeting its VTOL thrusters, this season is not going to be like last time. A dang good episode to begin with. And now on to Ghost Ship. This had a lighter tone despite the previous episode, with Alan lightening the mood with his humour, and pirates looking to take scrap pieces for cash. I like that John has participated in a rescue for the first time since Season 1 Skyhook, as, in all honesty, I think the writer should give him more field work, as this definitely suits him. I think this is the first time that John has piloted Thunderbird 3 with Alan, because I don't recall them doing this in the original series. There might have been episodes where John is walking into Thunderbird 3's cockpit and Alan's just leaving, but that's the closest comparison you'll ever get. Interesting to see Rosamund Pike voicing a character other than Lady Penelope, but you know what they say, variety is the spice of life. Rasmus and Thomas turn in decent performances as ever, and seeing as they've worked with each other for so long, they're starting to sound like they have been brothers themselves. Milk VFX delivered in spades, as they regularly do, especially with space episodes that rely more on digital backgrounds and not of miniature sets from Weta Workshop. And the escape from the Builder bots was just a thrill ride. It seems fitting that Season 2 followed up the opener with a space episode, just as Space Race did with Ring of Fire from Season 1. The great aspect I find rewarding about this show is that you don't feel the 22 minutes slip by with the momentum turning. Thunderbirds are back! Until next time, cadets, good night from the night.